What's up, my friends? We have gathered to talk about some proxy action. I got my custom proxies in the mail today, so we're going to be looking at some of that action too, which is fun times. But first things first, let me grab the live stream link and share that in the Discord. Bum, 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 bum. All right, that's good. Let's see here. Switch that up so I can see the chat properly. All right, what's up? Gossett, Jess, Ang, Templar, Millmaster, Zircon, Spider Mag, Clayton, Shelton, England, Some, Felonious T, Valhalla, Yamagoro, Ned the Barbarian. What is up, my friends? How are you doing? How are you doing tonight? I got me some Barks root beer today. Going old school with the root beer action. A bit of an indulgence. Like it's not much of a difference from the Kool-Aid that I've been drinking lately, right? I got that sweet, sweet sugar water either way. What up, Hayes? Yeah, McGraw, you're sick. Thumbs down to that, buddy. Thumbs down to that. Some, you're right, it was quick. It was quick for these to show up. I'm quite pleased with it. I got my regular, like, condensed down cube. Basically, I want to have like two cubes. I want to have the cube that I don't take anywhere, that I have the real copies of cards in, and then like my proxy cube, which is the one that I can travel with. So if anything happens to it, I'm playing with people and they spill drinks on my crap, or it somehow goes missing, then I haven't lost the real deal. I haven't lost my awesome, cool old school cards like Sword of the Ages and stuff. So that's the vibe that I'm on. I prefer to have genuine Magic cards whenever possible, but I'll use proxies as placeholders or just to protect my like real cards. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? What up, Fixer? What's going on? Heavy metal. So that's the current vibe I'm on. I prefer real Magic cards, but I'm not anti-proxy. Once upon a time, I absolutely was anti-proxy for me. I've never really been, as far as I can remember, somebody who was like, no, you have to have real Magic cards. Unless we're playing in like a tournament or something, in which case, then yeah, you definitely need them. What up, Kurt? So yeah, overall for proxies, it's like, I don't care if other people are using them. The only time it's not okay with me is in official sanctioned events, because that's against the rules of the event, and you can get whatever game store you're playing in trouble for allowing that kind of crap. And then selling proxies as real Magic cards is also a very genuine problem that I'm not cool with. But other than that, fill your boots. Fill your boots with cardboard rectangles. What up, noob? What's going on, Octopus? Your friends let you use a proxy Earthcraft for a Squirrel Nest combo. Finding old school cards is very difficult, right? Like, I only have a handful of the old school cards that I would love to have. Getting my hands on a real Eureka, Moat, Library of Alexandria, The Abyss, that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So, proxies are the route for me to get to enjoy cards that are beyond my reach. Can't use them in real tournaments, and they're not the real deal, but when I'm playing the cube with my friends, they'll play the same way, so I'll get the same fun experience out of it. So that's my vibe on it overall. I was actually reading through a Reddit thread where an LGS was talking about like banning proxies outright for their shop, and I don't know. I mean, on one hand, I get it. As an LGS, you're trying to run a business, and people who just come into your store, use proxies, never buy anything from your store but expect to use your space for free and whatever, that's not okay. It's like you're running a business. It's fine. Like, there are people who just like, yo, you should be happy with the 27 cents you make selling me a can of pop. And it's like, no, no, that's not enough. Now, that's not everybody. But at every game store, it feels like there are some people who totally feel fine either making fakes or buying stuff from the cheapest place they can get it. Like Warhammer, other games too, where they're like, no, I buy everything elsewhere and I just use your store as a place to play and look at products I have no intention of buying from you. And that feels like skeezy to me, right? Where it's just like, this isn't a public building like a library. This is a private business that exists to generate revenue. And LGS owners, not all of them are like savvy businessmen to begin with. A lot of them are just passionate people who enjoy cardboard gaming. So I am biased towards LGSs, for real. For real. What up, Aaron? What's up, Hugh? Do I think there'll be a point where proxies are indistinguishable to the real thing? Absolutely. Absolutely. There are a number of proxies that on cursory inspection already feel indistinguishable to most people. And I know that because I've tested some of my friends by handing them like fake. I have been sent some incredibly good proxies where as soon as I got them, and I mean front to back, the whole thing, the little foil symbol, the actual foiling on the card back. So I instantly flipped them over and wrote fake on the back of each of them just to make life easier. Because I was like, yo, I don't want these to accidentally end up in the hands of anybody who thinks they're real. So there are people out there who are definitely making cards that seem like the real deal. One of the trickiest parts is emulating the blue core of Magic cards because it's not made of the best materials. But at the end of the day, Wizards has already made cards without any core. They've made purple core. So Wizards' reduction in quality has made it easier for counterfeiters to make like full-on counterfeit Magic cards where you can present this as a real card and most people can't tell. I have friends who buy collections and they contact me and they go, bro, I got some cards that I think are fake. Do you mind taking a look and like double checking for me? And some of them I can tell before they even taken out of the sleeves. I'm like, those wooded foothills, they're fake, bro. I don't even need to look at those. But let me see the other cards. Take them out and start looking at them. They're good. Like there are really, really good fakes out there. So I know with a bunch of the stuff that I got sent by one particular proxy maker that I could pass them off as real cards and almost nobody would know. When you add in the fact that everybody knows I've been playing Magic forever and have a Magic collection, it becomes that much harder to distinguish, yo, that's a fake, isn't it? Like I like my fakes to not be perfect. Do you know what I mean? The ones that are perfect make me leery. Have them be a little whatever. Like my proxies have different Magic backs. I don't use regular Magic backs. I'll have like, well, for some things, I have backs like this because now I have some custom goofy art to mess around with, right? But that's for a very particular kind of proxy. Scum, your story. Just funny calling you that. It's like, I hate you. Listen, scum. My store doesn't allow proxies, but they do allow gold borders, which has been a healthy fix. Yeah, I can't fault stores for saying no proxies altogether. I don't know if that's the exact right angle to take, but everyone's got to decide for their own business, right? Dominic Super Chat says, just so you're aware, I filed a complaint. I shouldn't even finish reading this. I should just not even read this. I'm going to because I'm a nice guy. Witnessed by benevolence. I filed a complaint against you with the Canadian government detailing that you wished my legit business to go bankrupt. You say you support LGS owners, but what about you? Oh, okay, hold on. Let me make an official statement. I support LGS owners except for disgusting ones like Dominic and the Dick Forge, which is the name of his game store, where if you go in the back, he's got a prison where he'll try and put 2 fingers in your butt and he'll go, pretend that's my wang because my wang is sadder than 2 thin fingers. So yeah, no, I don't support you, Dominic. I support you getting thrown in the ocean. That's what I support. I'm gonna lodge a complaint with the Canadian government that you even exist in the world, and I'm gonna ask them to basically petition your government to put binding sanctions on you and get your worthless garbage gold bricking business shut the fuck down for the good of mankind. If there's one worthwhile thing I can do in this life, it is ruin your business and your prospects at happiness, because you deserve nothing but sadness, bro. You're also Lord of the Board, but you deserve nothing but sadness. This is you, Dominic. I'm slapping your ugly little gremlin face. There you go, flying away. I wish someone would inflate you with helium and float you off into the atmosphere, you bag of dicks. Cry about that to the Canadian government, you wang dangler. Morin, what would happen to an LGS if they made and sold proxies that could be used in the store? If they were using them in official Wizards of the Coast events, they would get their WPN status revoked. If they don't have WPN status, then I don't know. Like the whole, I don't know. I mean, I feel like a lot of the proxy makers are located in places like China, where good luck getting them because of copyright laws in China just being like, whoa. But if you're in North America and Wizards gets wind of it, you might be looking at some legal issues. I don't 100% know. Like, Wizards has their own particular policy where they're okay with proxies to a certain level, like not use them in official events. But yeah, if you're a WPN store mucking about with proxies, you're playing with fire. You're playing with fire. That's the deal. And with like, I don't know, man, with the growth of like CDH, competitive EDH is becoming more of a thing. And that looks, you good luck even playing that if you don't go to Proxy Town, because all the super powerhouse stuff is like reserve list and there's only so many of them, right? Mets, the original artists aren't getting ripped off by you making proxies, because here's how it works. Wizards pays a one-time lump sum. Like a million years ago when Magic started, Wizards paid a commission per time that card was printed. But they axed that deal a million years ago, and artists are just paid a flat fee. So Wizards can print the same artwork 10 years straight in a million different sets, and the original artist doesn't get anything more. So no, by doing proxies, you're not taking anything away from the actual Magic artist, because they're not losing any money in that regard, right? So from the purely financial standpoint, it's Wizards of the Coast that loses out from you proxying, not the artist. Certain mics, did they send you a new discount code? No, the discount code that I had on the video that I did was it. That was it. These are the cards that are a result of that. Mena, that was the best rant you've ever heard? Well, you're welcome. So yeah, I don't know, man. When it comes to this stuff, there's a whole bunch of arguments. Magic has become very expensive. Wizards of the Coast doesn't put the care or quality into the cards that they should. And they did Magic 30. Magic 30 was screaming from the rooftops, turns out proxies are fine, guys. Right? Like, they made gold bordered back cards to be like, well, they're not official Magic cards. But also, you should pay $250 a pack for them. And it's like, how do you figure that works? Right? So that was like a really loud clarion call of, hey, maybe proxies ain't so bad, guys, because we're trying to sell them to you. No, not proxies, but official proxies from us are cool, right? You can use them in Commander. Oh, no, but it's just a collector product. But we upped the amount of dual lands and Sol Rings in it. And it's like, make up your mind. Like, you think you're clever. You think you're smart. But they played with fire on a hard level. And a bunch of people just went, maybe proxies are okay. Yeah, I'm just going to go the proxy route. So Wizards really did blow the doors wide open for that. Because I know They shifted me. Over time, I'd slowly become more interested in proxies a bit, but I never really felt comfortable. Like, I got a printer, tried printing out my own proxies, but realized I wasn't vibing on it. But Magic 30 helped to move me further down the line, and because I did videos talking about the proxy cards, they gave me codes to get free proxies. Here's proxies to 300, whatever it is, right? So that's how I ended up with my proxies. Dominic, I interpreted that question to be an LGS printing proxies and selling them to the players, right? But yeah, if you're somebody, let's say you're somebody who is getting proxies of cards and you're worried that somehow the artist isn't getting anything for it, which they're not, but not from Wizards either, you can just buy something directly from the artist, right? You could literally pay them to sign your proxies, right? Like something. I don't know, man. I don't know. Wizards of the Coast has gotten really greedy, and they want us to pay insane prices for what, like, they want us to pay ultra premium prices for a product that they print to an insanely poor standard, and they don't spend any time worrying about card design, especially that they can now that they can just basically, well, Commander's the biggest thing in Magic, and also we don't have to worry about any balancing in it because we refuse to even be in charge of handling the bans or anything like that. So it's just like, no, it's all rule zero, and so they just print more and more crazy, insane nonsense. It's nutty. It's nutty. News, what's the big deal for an LGS to have WPN status? That's what gives them access to pre-releases, special Wizards of the Coast products, stuff like that, being posted on Wizards' website and the store locator. There are a number of rewards for being a WPN location, and there's a reason it's desirable to stores, especially if you get up to the premium level where they give you all kinds of big bells and whistles, man. Yeah, Modern Horizons 3 is totally overpriced. It's totally overpriced with no justification other than, well, we think Modern should be an expensive format. So we want to force rotation into it, and we want to make sure that the singles are more expensive. So we're just making the product cost more. Even though Horizon sets are like the cheapest sets on Earth to make, because you just go, take a bunch of slush art we already have kicking around, design cards that go with the art, kind of, or whatever, who cares? Just make sure it's busted nonsense, and out the door you go with it, right? So it's like there's a bunch of exciting stuff in Modern Horizons 3, but the prices are just they're more expensive just because they want to charge us more money, not because more work's being done. In fact, less work is being done, but they just feel justified in charging those prices because they think they can gut those prices. The same with Magic 30, where they're like, yo, we can get you to pay $1,000 for 4 boosters. And then they just got kicked in the junk so hard that they went, Certain Mike Super Chat says, I feel like if you game in an LGS, you have a duty to buy things there unless they have a table fee. I very much agree that you should support the businesses that you frequent. If you're literally going to a game store to play and use their space, it's one thing if you're a kid who has no money. So you're literally just like, okay, like I have like no money unless I can get like $5 from my parents. So here and there I'll buy a booster pack or whatever, maybe. Like, if it's something like that, I can understand you not supporting the store. But somebody who has like an adult job and the money and is just like, no, I don't have to spend any money to support the store, but I'm definitely entitled to go and use their space and whatever. Like, I should just be able to come and hang out and play for free whenever I want. It's a very entitled attitude, you know? The fact that Magic sees power creep as a solution to eternal formats is so cringe. Yeah, they're basically going, there is no actual, what am I trying to say here? I'm losing the thread a bit. There is no non-rotating formats in Magic anymore. Wizards is aiming hard, especially at Modern, to just force rotations into it. And they don't care as much about Legacy and Vintage because it's kind of harder to move the needle there. But they're making stuff that's designed. The only format they don't seem to want to design for at all now is Standard. Like Thunder Junction screams that. You've got 50 legendaries. Commander and the focus on it has completely warped Magic, like super hard. Super hard. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like once upon a time, they worried about balancing Standard and let everything feed from that. And it was a healthy setup. And now it's just everybody who plays Magic is a casual player and it's all Commander. So, and it's just like, this is going to come back and bite you guys hard, bro. For real. For real. Yeah, you know what? You know what, Mets? I got some of those boosters, actually. I got some of those proxy boosters and opened them over on my Hatcher channel. So that's a recent video where I cracked some of those random packs. Dominic says, I can't fire Standard even if I gave people $20. It blows my mind that Magic has changed so much that before you could be guaranteed to find Standard events Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every single weekend at the game store with, yo, are we done the Standard event? Who wants to have a draft fire off? Or who wants to do this kind of stuff? And now it's just like Commander ball bag twiggling, right? Where like that's the majority of it. And Wizards has pushed that by cutting off all access to Standard. They shunted all Standard players onto Arena when the whole world shut down. They strong-armed the LGSs that were in the WPN and said, be a shame if you got kicked out of the WPN. You better bring your players onto Arena because those are the only events that count now. And it's like, what? Yeah, you got to like get people to register with your store but play on Arena. So they did that and they got everybody playing Standard on Arena. And now they're just like, also, like when you come into a store and you want to play Standard, you're like, hey, can I just grab a Standard deck that's ready to go? No. Okay, but look, you've got a new set. Like I see Kaldheim, that just came out, and you got some decks to go with that, right? Kaldheim, the new Standard set? Yeah, no, but those are Commander decks. What? Yeah, no, they made Commander decks to go with Kaldheim. Okay, but no, I want the Standard decks to go with Kaldheim. No, it's not a thing. Okay, what about Kamigawa? No, same thing, just Commander decks. Like you can't just walk in and get a Challenger deck for Standard. Look at what they did with the Modern Horizons, where they went, you've got Rosewater talking out his ass, going, look, the reason we have Commander decks instead of Modern decks is because you guys won't pay enough for Modern decks if we build them. Fuck you! Fuck you! It costs you 25 cents to make like 15 Magic cards in a booster pack, which means to make a deck costs like $1.50. That's how much it costs Wizards to make an actual like Challenger deck. But they're like, you won't pay the $900 or $1,000 for a Modern deck. It's your guys' fault. But also, you should pay $700 for a foil Commander Collector Edition. It's insane. It's insane. It just drives me crazy, man. Doomblade Super Chat says, Friday Night Funkin' just came out with a popular mod that I've gotten into. My girlfriend from middle school got into Magic. I told her I was sorry. Wait, what? What? That's like a seizure statement. Stay away from girls in middle school, Doomblade. Can I explain how the Moonlit lands? Moonlit lands? I don't know any lands by those specific names. Are we talking about the ones that were available in the Standard Showdown packs? Cat Girls, if your store has enough people for Standard events to fire off, then yeah, you're lucky. You're lucky. What up, Al? Hack, you're amazed how much a company that literally prints money can't seem to get it together? They're making their money. What do they care? They don't care how unhappy we are. Our happiness isn't part of the equation at all. It's just How much money can they extract from us as they desperately try and bring in new people because their player base is on average 30 years or older, right? And so they're just like, yo, like, how do we get kids into this game and get them to spend a bunch of money? Also, how do we take advantage of the older player base before they die off? So yeah, man, it's shitty. It's shitty for reals, for reals. Now, let's take a look at some of the custom proxies that I got from my cube, my friends. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. First of all, look what I got a number of to give, to give to people that I meet at conventions or whatever in commemoration of the awful loot fiasco, right? Basically, once I was done picking out all the proxies that I wanted, and I didn't have any more that I wanted to deal with, I just filled out, because I got 400 proxies. Like, you get 400. And I was like, okay. So I got like about 10 of these. I already gave some away. I've already given a few away. And I tossed one of them into my cube for the hell of it. For the laughs. Okay. So, actually, that reminds me. This Mox Jet is replacing the Mox Jet that's on. I already have a proxy Mox Jet in here because I don't own any actual Moxes. I haven't owned a Mox in almost 30 years, bro. Almost 30 years. Back in the day, I had stuff like Beta Sapphires, but not anymore. So I'm going to take this opportunity. I'm going to take this opportunity to locate the Black Lotus and make the swap here. No. See, proxies are great for cards like this where you just can't, like, I can't get a Gwendolyn de Courcy. You kidding me? You kidding me? Fixer, I didn't get, his super chat says, you didn't get 400 proxies of Aurochs? What's wrong with you? Bro, I got 0 Aurochs because that's the correct amount of Aurochs for people to own. Thanks for the super chat, but you're dead wrong about Aurochs. They suck a fat bag. Bo Falcon, correct. Some is responsible for creating the artwork that is on these proxies. Okay, there's another one. Where am I ever going to get a time vault, right? I mean, hell, I'm not going to complain if one day I do, but the likelihood is low. Oh, looking through a whole pile of cards like this for one card is somewhat annoying. But I want to find it. Drew, they were Innistrad foil etched lands? Could they possibly be Secret Lair? Is that me on the Mox Jet? It sure is. It sure is. Take a good look. Look at that handsome devil. Look at that smile. Bum, 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 bum. All right. Okay. Mailmaster says the Innistrad Moonlights were WPN promos. All right. Kansuki says 30 more minutes for the TCG Player 10% cashback promo. Make sure to use my TCG Player link. Do it up. All right. Where are you, Mox Jet? I invoke thee. Where are you? Bum, 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 bum. Oh, I got a nice unlimited regrowth. That's not a proxy. That's real. That's real. Oh, it's emote, man. Like, where am I gonna get a real moat? Juggle 'em. I didn't. Some did it. Some made it. Not me. He chose to do the Mox Jet. He was just doing it as a random lark. As a random lark. Wait, is there 2 black vices in here? There is. There is. Well, we can take out that one. Glad that I noticed that. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to keep track of stuff and not end up with doubles. Even with like a list. Doomblade, what's the one art I've seen that's given me chills? And my ex got Commander deck, so she's a Commander Andy. What? Get a Commander handy. In terms of artwork that's given me chills, like creepy artwork or whatever, Macabre Waltz, bro, with the 2 people dancing in kind of like a paired rictus, and they're covered in blood. Like, it's just horrifying on multiple levels, bro. Dominic Super Chat says, I put the name tag of the Magic Historian on that framed photo of loot, key to everything that's next to my register. Listen, bro, I'm gonna sue you. I'm going to sue your ass and your balls over this. Proxies are also great for like Hero of the Realm cards that you could never actually get your hands on, right? Let's see. Come on, man, luck couldn't be with me. I was hoping to like hit the jet way earlier. Damn, do I love Magic cards. Magic's such an awesome game, and Magic cards make me happy. In one way, I'm very glad that Wizards kind of like pushed me to the point where I'm cool with proxies, you know? Because it just gives me access to play with more stuff now. And I can dream. I can dream that one day I'll have the real deal. Fixer says, I need a Rhyme, Horm, Aurochs proxy with perp on the mountain in the background. Someone make it happen. You make it happen. You make it happen. You do the thing. All right. 2 sections down, 2 out of 6 sections, and no luck finding that jet. Where's the Mox jet? Where's the Mox jet? All right. Oh, there's another one. Karis and the Beholder. That one's fun. Oh, is it going to be in like the last pile? Is that what's going on today? Are we doing one of those? Oh, come on, bro. Come on, bro. Reaching in to the cube, grabbing out that Mox jet. Come on, man. Oh, you know what? Speaking of other crazy artwork, this right here, where you've got the guy is so terrified that all of his fleshiness has leapt out of his mouth, and out of the fleshiness mouth, the skeleton has leapt out, and it's biting his own foot like this crazy serpent eating its own tail. That's epic level artwork, bro. That is epic level artwork. Oh, wait, did I just show that and not actually look through this chunk? Because that would be funny. If I don't look through the chunk that has the jet in it, how am I going to find it? How am I going to find it, right? Okay. Bum, 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 bum. It's going to be a good weekend. Me and Carly are celebrating. There's another card I'll never have a real version of. Library of Alexandria. Me and Carly are celebrating our 2-year wedding anniversary this weekend. That's going to be nice. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, really? Okay, well, that's half. We've gone through half the cube already and no luck. No luck. Drew, YouTube's in on the joke. All your recommended videos under this video have loot in the thumbnail. Get out of here. Get out of here. that other game store owner found out that fucking Dominic's over there putting my name by the register with that fucking picture. Lawsuits, bro. Lawsuits. Oh, come on. I got a bunch of fun proxies to show you guys. There's a ruby. Where's the jet, yo? Where's the jet, you little bitch? There's a sapphire. Bum, 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 bum. It's crazy to think that I've been playing this game for 30 years, man. 30 years. And I had a bunch of these crazy cards. I've had Library of Alexandria, Lotuses, all that stuff. All of it. But that was a billion years ago. That's 4 chunks we've gone through now with no jet. I feel like it's just gonna have been stuck to another card, and I've already bypassed it. That's what my gut is telling me now. Pessimistic. Luck is not favoring me, man. Kenzuki, you've never seen a Black Lotus in person? Oh, fair enough. All right, where are you? Oh. I found it! I finally found it! Thank the Lords above. Thank you, finally. Okay. Swap out that jet and I'll throw it in my bag of proxies because I have a paper bag that I keep my proxies in. There we go. Officially ready to be added into the cube. Bam. Perfect. All right. All right. Now let's set the Black Lotus, not Black Lotus, Black Vice up here. So we've got a ridiculous version of Ancestral Recall. We got cards picturing that show my friends. So this is basically the guy I play the cube with the most is my buddy Phil. If you've been around a long time, you might remember him as Five Staff from some opening videos, right? What do the backs look like? The backs look like this. As a commemoration of how Wizards has said, yo, 30th anniversary. Yo, it makes me laugh. Although some of the cards do have, some of them do have a different back. A couple of them. Like, I did put this back on some of the cards. All right. So, I wanted cards where like where creatures are getting destroyed, and with my friend's face on them. All right, so I've got that. There's another one that's really close to it. There's 2 that look really similar, and if they weren't actual spells and were permanents, it would cause a problem because they do have similarity. But I definitely enjoy having multiple cards where he's getting attacked like that. So I've got those 2. And then I've got the Nature's Will, where he's being attacked by a dinosaur. And then we've got the Primordial Hydra, where you've just got you've got this Hydra that is totally entwined. I think I might have actually done the back on this one like that too. Maybe. Hold on. Let's see here. Nope. That one is a regular back. But yeah, it's like, it's got a total like they're hooking up vibe, which is hilarious. So put that in there for the fun of it. And then my favorite of all of the artwork of creature destruction that involves him is the Murderous Rider, where that's his head right there. That's his decapitated head, which I love it because you've got the Swift End creature destruction spell and then the actual creature, the Zombie Knight. This one was a lot of fun. I had to go into I had to go in to the Photoshop. No, what was it? I used an editing program to white out the eyes to make him look more undead. But yeah, that's my buddy's head. Like, how fun is that? How fun is that? I love it. I love it. And I got some cards. I got some cards based on Carly. So I got multiple angels based on her. We got an Archangel Athun. We got a Blinding Angel. And then we've got Sarah the Benevolent. Yeah, this one looks especially good. She looks like a good time. So got those. And then for the actual, the guy who owns the LGS, that's been hassling me with the loots. the game store is called Phoenix Rising. Made this card of him as a phoenix. Look at how goofy it looks. Everybody got a good laugh out of this. And he pretended like he didn't like it, but he's instantly taking pictures to share it with people. So, I mean, proof's in the pudding, buddy. And then the guy who works at the game store, I have him as these three triplets. And I love this one's hair in particular. Like, this is hilarious. And by the way, I got an extra copy of each of these and gave one of each of these to them along with a copy of the loot. Like, I gave them each a loot and the copy of the card with themselves. I gave my buddy copies of the cards with him on them, and I gave Carly some copies of the angels as well, because I thought that would be nice. So those are the other people who feature in my cube. Oh wait, sorry, there's one more of Carly. I forgot. There's there's this one where she is a little goblin. She a little goblin smashing up the vials. And then we go into the me ones. So we've got Seize the Day, where I've seized the bacon. We've got Pemin's Aura, where some made me look like Superman. We got Master of the Wild Hunt, where I got me a wolf. Here I am as an Inferno Titan. Look at that. Look at me towering. I'm the Inferno Titan. We got the horrifying Clearwater Goblet. Who wants to drink out of my face? Me with my Raven Familiar. Dark Prophecy. The card that started it all, the Argivian Archaeologist, where I'm a bacon man. And Temporal Manipulation. So those are the fun proxies that I have now added into my cube. They are officials. So yeah, that stuff's pretty sweet, man. So yeah, some did a really good job. He did a really good job on these. They turned out great. I really like this stuff. And now I have to basically separate things out into the two different cube concepts. Juggle them, no problem, buddy. Glad you enjoyed them. Yeah, it's a lot of fun overall. I didn't realize how cool it would be to have those cards until, like, they showed up. Before then, I was like, this is a fun idea. But seeing them for real and seeing other people's reactions to them... Oops. Table's wet here, and I put my sleeve right down on it. Let me dry this off a bit. So yeah, when it comes to proxies, I'm definitely okay with them, especially when you can make your own fun versions, because those are cool. And if anybody wants pretty much any of those, all the images are just kicking around in the Discord, right? So You can go and get yourself copies made of those. Reminds you a lot of modding. Everyone loves it when it's for fun. Yeah, it absolutely is. It's a good time. I enjoy it. And seeing the reactions of other people to the cards is a lot of fun. They like seeing themselves on cards, and I like putting them in the cube as commemorative stuff as well. So it's a multi-level kind of vibe. All right, I'm going to separate these into two different piles. That seems like the easiest way to do it. Since I got the cube and got all this stuff stacked in front of me right now, I may as well take advantage of it. Drew, how do you join the Discord? The Discord link is in every video description and the live stream description. So you just click on the link and then follow the instructions that it gives you. It's not too complicated. And then it's in the fan art and custom art kind of section of the Discord. That's where all that's located. I did mess up and I didn't include the Granny's payback that was created, which is too bad. It's too bad because that'll have to wait until the next time I get some proxies, which will be a bit. It'll be a bit. I just got a bunch now, so I don't really have any plans to get any soon. But, you know, the next time they contact me and are like, hey, do you want to do a video about proxies and stuff? I'll be like, sure, let's do it. Let's do it. No, the Dong Emrakul wasn't put onto a card. Not yet. Not yet. That'll have to wait until the next load. Oh, man. Magic cards are the best. Whether they're real or your proxy versions. Real beats proxy, though. Let's be real. Let's be very real. Oh, I had a regular Inferno Titan already. That one's not as much fun as the Meferno Titan. Pull that out there. Pop these in here. Do I have a favorite card in the cube? I mean, I love Sword of the Ages. I do love Sword of the Ages very much. It is a very dope card. It's hard to just have one favorite though, right? There's a lot of fun stuff. I really like the what's it called? Clearwater Goblet, bro. You get 5 life every turn because you're gonna have the 5 different colors to be able to do the sunburst every single time, which makes it fantastic. Yeah, dude. Magic is the best. Although other card games are growing on me. That is the case. But Magic's still number 1. And real Magic cards are still number 1. Wizards hasn't like turned me into a full-on I just care about proxies kind of guy. I don't see that ever really happening. Oh, man. Yeah, proxies are a great equalizer in a lot of ways to give everybody access to the same cards without the deciding factor of how much money do you got? Do I have any thoughts on Hearthstone? I've never really played it. It seems pretty random. I don't know. I might enjoy it, but I doubt I'll ever try it, honestly. It doesn't seem likely. So, meh. In some ways, it feels like Magic want they want Arena to be Hearthstone-y. But yeah, I don't have any real experience with it. Oh, Millmaster gifting a channel membership A to some. How perfect is that? The guy who was responsible for a bunch of these dope proxies. Well done. Well done. You're the member lord, big boy. Griff, have I ever used proxies to playtest a deck idea? Oh, we used to do that a lot when I was young. We would, of course, our proxies then were just writing stuff on a land. You just grab a basic land and write the card name on it, right? So, yep, using proxies to playtest is totally a valid way of doing things. I don't see any problem with that. Jason, I feel you, man. If your proxies get wet, it's not the same as if your like real Magic cards get wet. That's a completely different story, right? You get a real awesome old school card wet, and it's like, oh great, this is almost valueless now. It's all ruined and warped. You get a proxy ruined, you're like, oh, I guess the however many cents I spent on this, I'll have to spend again to get a replacement. That's one of the reasons that I like having proxies for playing outside the home, you know, where you have to worry about people at the game store spilling their drinks and then flying into your sleeves and messing up your cards, because I've definitely had that happen. I've definitely had cards get ruined. Liquid flowing into the sleeves is a bad feeling. You can also do fun things like just random properties outside Magic. Somebody made this for me a long time ago, and it just sat in a box when I wasn't using proxies. I was like, oh cool, they sent me this, but I'll never use it because I have no proxies in my cube. But once it opened the door for proxies, it's like, man, what the hell, why not? I'll toss it in. So do the H's. Oh yeah. Man, there's so many different cards in this game. It's awesome. All the different play options you have. I dig it. It's so cool that Magic's been around for so long, so that we have like tens of thousands of different cards to use in the game. It's something you take for granted when you go and play other games and realize they've only made like 3 expansions. And it's like, okay, there's not that many cards for this game. Yeah, McGraw, yeah, double sleeving's the way to go. I remember when I took my cube to Moxman's cabin last year, and stuff ended up getting spilled, and it was like, thank God for double sleeves, bro. That's what protected my stuff. The number of Magic cards is intimidating as a new player. That's completely understandable. I find it crazy to just check out a new card game, even that has like 7 or 8 expansions. Because the reality is, I started Magic the Gathering when there was 3 expansions. Like, when I started Magic, you could just know all the cards. And I did. You could literally know all of the cards. Now, it's impossible. It's impossible to know all the Magic cards. They make a million... Like, I'm like, Cadric Soul Kindler? What are you? I even have it in here, but it's from, like, Dominaria Commander or something. It's like, okay, what even are you? Like, that happens so much more now, where I pick cards, put them in the cube, but can't keep track of them all because there's just a billion different things being made now. Makes it impossible to remember. How long do I think that Magic will realistically be around? Well, I mean, it takes a long time for a card game to die out completely. And Magic's near the top of the heap. So in terms of like a full game dying out or whatever, like it's got, even with all the crazy things they're doing, they've got so many years of longevity left in this. Like it seems, I can't say exactly how long, right? Because sometimes they surprise me with their terrible decisions, but the game's so big that they have plenty of time to course correct, and if they shed players, they're not out of players, right? Like I don't know what it would take for Magic to shrink down to the size of a like let's say like a Weeb Schwarz or something like that. Who knows? Who knows when the bottom's going to fall out? Because the reality is, even with all their antics of trying to get new people into the game with all these different properties, there's a threshold of a ton of people who don't want to bother with physical cards. Why would you bother with physical cards when you can just play digitally? Like the newer generations are more and more just going to be accustomed to doing everything online. Why would you fiddle around with all this physical stuff, right? So that's a big stumbling block for Wizards in the future. But since their average player right now is 30 years old, even as that player base ages 20 years down the road, it could be the average player is 50, and then that's not so hot, right? But yeah, Magic's got Magic's got a lot left in it before it completely gutters out. And even then, there'll still be people playing, right? There'll be people playing for the rest of their lives. Magic is a pretty awesome game. Can't spill Mountain Dew on digital cards. That's true. And the game takes care of all the rules for you, all the sorting, all that stuff. Like, what are you going to manage a big card collection? Or are you just going to go and play like a card game online? More and more people are going to opt for the card game online than anything. Like Magic has to compete with other forms of entertainment, and Magic came out before the internet was even a thing people were using, right? So yeah, even if for some reason Wizards stopped production of Magic cards, it would take a long time before nobody was playing this game. Like a long time. But they're not bringing in people the way they used to, and it's all gimmicky now, and that doesn't lead to longevity of the new customers as far as I'm concerned. Have I seen the prices of the Miku Secret Layer now? 250 in foil. Oh, that's just people scalping it, right? That's just people who have bought them because they're sold out and are listed, whatever. That price isn't going to stick. That's just people trying to take advantage of Miku fans. But there's no way. There's no way like that price will stay that high. It's not going to happen. Dark Star Assurance Super Chat says, put me on the board. You got it, buddy. You got it. You new lord of the board. Kicking certain Mike off a dare. There you go, buddy. Thanks for the super chat. You're the new lord. Play Arena to practice for in real life standard. Yep, that totally works. There's a bunch of people who do that. I get some of my Magic fix by playing Arena. I get some of it by playing the Cube. And I get some of it by playing in like pre-release events. Darkstar, you play Arena for Jumpstart? Jumpstart's all right, actually. I like the little limited formats that they have on Arena, and I like the fact that every week they have a midweek Magic that's free. They're going to be doing another Omniscience event, but this time they're going to go back to a 3-card hand. They made sure to specify that. Look at this. Speaking of proxies, look at how awesome this. Hold on, I got the card down. Let me switch it here. Whoop. Look at that. That's the artwork from basically the art side of a saga, Elspeth's Triumph or whatever it's called. And it looks so awesome. It looks so good. So yeah, I like the little events that they play on Arena. I like that you can play Arena for free. I like having physical Magic cards, so I don't advocate putting any money into Arena, but you can definitely have fun with it. I also like playing the beginner starter challenge decks because they're enjoyable. I especially like the white-blue soldier deck. It's not the strongest one. The white-red deck is the strongest one, but I like the soldier deck. I think it's fun. And I mean, I'm a sucker for Brothers War stuff too, let's be real. I gotta trim some of the stuff out of the main cube. Trying to keep the most enjoyable part of it portable in just this one bag, but the other cards will go somewhere else. All right, so these go on these stacks over here. There we go. Oh, it's falling. They're sliding. Oh well, whatever. But yeah, I mean, Arena has its frustrations as well. You can't get the social aspect. You can't get the social aspect of Magic from playing Arena. In fact, interaction with your opponent will tend to be annoying as far as I'm concerned, where it'll just be people spamming emotes and people concede very, very quickly. Like, the games get decided way earlier than going to actual completion. People are way more likely to dip out, and I'm the same way, actually. If I'm playing against something that I find unenjoyable, like, I'm way more likely to concede when playing Arena and just move on to the next game, because it's like, meh, this isn't any fun for me, goodbye, right? Not in ranked, because in ranked it's like, whatevs, man. You're trying to win to move up the rank, but in like the more casual style stuff, bam, people just concede easy. Millmaster, yeah, bro. I mean, yeah, the Wizards moving so far away from the high fantasy stuff that one day they'll lose their identity forever. I think we might pretty much already be at the cusp of that, dude. Like, they're already just goofing around with their detective sets and cowboy sets, and then we've got the scary house set and the monster truck death race set. Like, I think they've jumped the shark, and now they've taken the shark that they jumped and they put that on a jet ski, and that's jumping another shark. Oh. But I have hopes that Bloomborough will be a return to form, right? Because high fantasy is where it's at, bro. Dark Star, you're going to dip if a Commander game stops being fun. If you're playing with your friends and you're playing in person, you're more likely to stick around. That's just the nature of it. People don't concede nearly as quickly in physical Magic. They won't concede on like the second turn of the game and stuff like that, right? People quit on Arena on the like drop of a hat, bro. And some people are salty ropers, which always makes me laugh, because if you think that sitting there and waiting is gonna make me leave the game, if they're like, I'll leave the game if there's literally absolutely nothing on the line. Let's say I already have a full 15 daily wins. I'm not playing in ranked or whatever. Sure, you're going to drag it out. I don't care. I'll leave. But if there's any reward, even just the piddly little 25 gold or whatever, I will happily sit there going, you can be a loser longer. Doesn't bother me, bro. If you think that I'm going to get upset and be like, come on, I'm not. I'm not. You can open other windows, pull out my phone, do whatever else, listen to music. Like, I'm not over here suffering. This is just you being a loser longer and then just either being like a grump bag and not willing to accept it, where it's like, wow, you're playing super fast until you realize that you were dead and now you're just sitting there. And it's like, okay. Sometimes it's because people's connection drops, but sometimes you can see that they're still there because things are flickering and it's just like, I don't care. I don't know if you're spamming anything at me right now because I turn off emotes. I don't listen to like my opponent's emotes or anything like that because they're just used. I don't know. If it's just people saying good game, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with good game, but I also don't care about going through the rigmarole of here's a good game for playing a game. It's like, whatever. I don't care that much, you know? I don't care that much. I say good game if it was an actual real good game in person, and that's it. So I don't care about that on there. And then you just got people spamming, your go, oops, oops, oops. And it's like, I don't need it. I don't need it. So I have no idea if people are spamming that at me sometimes or whatever. They can fucking tell themselves they're playing mind games where they're luring me into attacks with their emotes and stuff, where it's like you think you're out talking a deaf dude. I can't hear you. I cannot hear you, literally. Got girls, you paid 5,000 gold for the stick 'em up emote. Yeah, I'm sure there's a bunch of people who spent on the stickers and all this stuff, and they might be just clicking them away without realizing, yeah, don't you see my pet's asleep? That means I have you muted. I have no interest in anything you have to say because you're not a person to me. You are not a person to me when we play Arena. There's nothing about Arena that makes it feel like I'm playing against a person unless they're just being a bitter knob, and then it just reminds me of the worst parts of humanity. So, that like... Bro, for example, Bo Falcon, here in the chat. He's been a supporter of mine for a long time. I love that sweet little twink. And I was playing against him on Arena, and neither of us realized it until the game was almost over. He never realized it, and I noticed right at the end, I'm like, oh, that's Bo! Oh, there's no way in the game for me to really say anything meaningful to him or let him know it's me. And so we finished the game, and he didn't even know he was playing against me on Arena. Like, it renders everybody down to the condition of being an AI, and they can be such a salty AI that you just go, whatever, man, who cares? I'm not listening to the AI because it gets all bitter and acts like a bitch. Right? Like, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. Those people ruined good emotes from friendly players. Totally. I find it tedious to have to hello people. I don't fucking care. It's hello, yeah, shut up, play your cards. You know what I mean? Like... Bo Falcon, what are you talking about? You told me you didn't recognize that it was me. Are you changing your memories now? Are you changing your memories now? You literally said you didn't notice during the game. You didn't notice and concede to me. What are you talking about? Rewriting history. What is this? Lying to me on the internet, buddy? This is the first time anybody's ever lied on the internet. For most of the game, you didn't realize it? I don't know, man. I don't know. Honestly, I don't 100% recall. I just remember playing against you and being like, it's Bo Falcon. There's no meaningful way to say anything. Oh, well. But I feel very strongly that you didn't know it was me at all during the whole thing. But if I'm wrong about that, I don't care. Darkstar, you shut up. You shut up. Pretty sure Bo's right. You don't know anything. You weren't even a part of this. You're going to take his side? Nobody ever takes my side. What's the deal with that? Magic cards, magic cards. I love magic cards. Bum, bum, bum. Magic cards. Bum, bum, bum. More magic cards. Oh, Ragnar. I bent a real Ragnar by accident. Like, creased the shit out of it. That's a bad feeling, man. When you accidentally crease up an old reserve list card and you're like, oh, I was putting him into a sleeve and I somehow did it the wrong way and just like gorked him so hard. He gorked him so hard. Well, Falcon, yeah, I mean, regardless of whether you recognize it at the end or whether my recollection is right, you are correct that it feels like an AI no matter who you're playing against. It's unfortunate. Arena cannot mimic the same enjoyable experience of interacting with people and playing a game. It can just give you the fun of playing Magic. That's it. That's it. It does make me laugh that, like, when I read posts about people who think that they're like doing sick plays by using the emotes to game their opponent. I said good game so they think that they were like winning and then attack with everybody. I manipulated you into this. Yeah, you did with your very sick clicking of good game. You made me attack with creatures I was going to attack with anyways. No, you shut up, bro. I maneuvered you. It's like, okay, whatever, man. When you're bragging to your mom, telling her about this story, make sure you emphasize just how much you maneuvered me. And then, Mom, I emoted so hard that I broke his brain. How'd you do that, son? 2 words. Good game. Say it at the right time, and you psychologically dominate your opponents. People who think emoting is a skill in Arena make me laugh. Like, it is... That's fucking hilarious to me. Don't ruin their fantasy of being Jace the Mind Sculptor. I sculpted his mind. It's funny, man. Some people take themselves so fucking seriously. It's wild. I've almost made it all the way through. This is great. All right, sweet. That was all of them. Tannhauser, you remember sometimes getting tipped off they have Settle the Wreckage when they suddenly spammed good game? Bro, Settle the Wreckage, that card made me so salty. Like a number of times when I was playing my green deck, when I'm just swinging with the big squad and they Settle the Wreckage, it ached my ball bag. So I obviously learned, oh yeah, Settle the Wreckage. Just swing with enough to take them out. Don't swing with everything, bro, right? My favorite Settle the Wreckage ever was when I was playing against somebody. I was using Chaos Wand, which just lets you reveal cards from the top of your opponent's deck until you hit an instant or sorcery, and then you can play it for free. I use that to counter some people's spells with their own counter spells. It's fun to take what people want to do to you and cram it up their ass, right? So it's just like, this dude attacks me with all of his creatures. I Chaos Wand him, and I hit his Settle the Wreckage. So I use his own Settle the Wreckage on him and get rid of all his creatures. And he concedes, and I'm like, how does it feel, you little bitch? I just settled your hash. Get fucked. Like, I was cackling and clapping and yelling at the screen kind of thing. It was awesome. It was awesome. I settled your wreckage. It's fun to turn their tools against them like that. Eric, Thunder Junction disillusioned you, so you decided to go and play some Final Fantasy? That's not a bad choice. So yeah, man, it's fun. It's fun to use other people's stuff like that against them. It's very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Paul Falcon, that might have been on a stream, or I might have just been recording it. I don't know. I feel like it might have been out there somewhere. It might still be. Who knows? I've been doing this for so long now that I can't even keep track of everything I've done truthfully. It's that, like, I've been making videos and doing live streams for like 7 years now. So it doesn't all exist in my brain anymore. But yeah, the chaos wand is a lot of fun. I miss mucking about with that. Yeah, Jess, you're right. Chaos wand it's not an expensive magic card. It's fun. It's a fun magic card. You know what's gross is this card. Assimilation Aegis, bro, this card is gross. This card is gross. This thing's nuts. When it enters the battlefield, exile one of your opponent's creatures, and then this turns into equipment that you can equip to turn the equipped creature into the creature that you removed with this. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. What up, Joan? What's going on, Luke? I guess I'll take these out. Make room for those instead. Millmaster, the older you get, the harder it gets on your hands to play Magic. That's understandable. That's understandable. Carly's got problems with her hands, right? So playing card games ain't so easy. We got it holds your cards for you. These little like bars that hold the cards for you. Paul Falcon, oh, I don't know, buddy. It's not for tonight, but you're on to something. You're on to something. Do you think one day Power Creep will ever print a card that has Death Touch and Trample? Aren't there already? I just assumed there are. Does Questing Beast not have Trample? Probably not. It has that can't be blocked by creatures with power 2 or less instead. I just feel like that already exists. There's a guy who makes auto shuffler sized for sleeve magic cards. Oh, all right. Right on. What's up, Gianna? What's going on, Hot Dice? It doesn't because Wizards doesn't want to have to explain how it works. Well, it'll show up at a certain point. It'll show up at a certain point. It's only inevitable. It feels inevitable. It feels completely inevitable, honestly. It feels very inevitable. All right, now, there we go. Now it's properly separated. So we've got those and those. The cube is now... It's separated for now for me to make the modifications that I need to be making to it. Man, I have, like 60 unopened boosters on Arena right now. I've just been stockpiling them up to open with you guys at some point. Ugh. My root beer has gotten janky. But yet I still sip on it because it's here. Maybe if I move it over here, I'll stop. It's warmed up. It's not even that tasty anymore. I got myself another case of Barks, but I don't know, man. It's like I'm losing my taste for it mostly. It's just gonna turn into something I have when I go out to a restaurant or whatever. I don't feel like having cases of it around anymore after taking that break from it. Kool-Aid is all right. It's all right. I'm gonna move into just drinking more water at some point because that's better. I don't need all the jank. But this weekend I'm going hardcore on the jank. I got some. We've got like it's mine and Carly's anniversary. I got some special treats that she doesn't know about for her. So if you guys keep it quiet, then she doesn't come in here. She won't know. I'm gonna show you the treats that I got. They're imported. But I gotta keep it quiet so she doesn't hear me talking about it. All right. So I got her Chalky Dodgers, because we tried Jammy Dodgers, but these ones have chocolate inside. See those little chocolate cookies, right? So I think she's really gonna like these. And I got fudge, special Scottish fudge, and these British jelly babies. So this is all stuff that you can't get around here, and she doesn't know about any of it. I've kept it a secret. So that's going to be fun. That'll be fun surprising her with that stuff tomorrow, because Saturday is officially like our second wedding anniversary starts in like half an hour roughly, it looks like. But I think I'll just save those for tomorrow. We picked up some other treats. Like I was like, yo, go get some treats and stuff. And so she went out and picked up a number of different things that we normally have and some stuff that we don't normally have. So there's this huge honking eclair that we're going to have tonight. And she got some Lay's potato chips that have Cheetos cheese on them instead. Some weird chips that way. Oh, Dark Star, you once had root beer, a glass of root beer that had dish soap in it too, and now it's ruined for life. I believe it. Joglum, thanks for the congrats, buddy. Appreciate it. TC, root beer tastes like toothpaste to you? I've had some really crappy root beers, like Dad's root beer or whatever. Barks root beer used to be my jam hardcore, but I also used to smoke. So my sense of taste has changed. And I don't think that it's Barks that I want. I think my body just wants the caffeine and the sugar. So I don't know, man. I don't know. For caffeine, I can just have some Earl Grey tea. Some of that Earl Grey cream tea, which is like the best. The Barks, like, I don't know, man. There's so much caffeine and sugar in it that, like, before what was going is I was getting baked all the time. I was getting baked all the time and drinking this stuff like it was nothing. But now that I'm not getting baked all the time, sometimes drinking pop just makes me feel weird. It literally makes me feel weird. Like the sugar and the caffeine is just making me like physically uncomfortable. I don't know if you guys get that kind of a reaction, but sometimes when I have it, I realize, yo, this sucks and I don't want it. So I'm gonna leave it for something to have every once in a while when I'm out having fast food or whatever. TC, Coca-Cola is fucking disgusting. No thank you. Coke is garbage. Barks is like the most drinkable pop to me. Just drinking Barks in my honor. Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah. No, I've never tried charged lemonades. I don't even think there's a Panera in this city, Darkstar. But I stay away from like energy drinks and really caffeine charged stuff. Honestly, when I make my tea, I don't steep a tea bag for like 5 minutes. I steep tea very little. So today, I made myself an Earl Grey tea using loose leaf tea. And there's this container, it's supposed to be 2 cups worth. But I'm sure I could get almost 10 cups worth out of it. Because I just took a pinch of it, put it in, dunk, dunk, dunk for a bit, and it was good. Yeah, cat girls, you'll get those cravings. You'll definitely get the cravings. Some Dr. Pepper I find to be gross. The only Dr. Pepper that was ever any good was when I was a kid and we went to the States and there was this pizza place we would go to by like a liquidation warehouse or whatever and get a big fat slice of pizza, a Dr. Pepper, and it was great. And it was great. But that's it. Dr. Pepper's no good. Dark Star, you have a fun question for me. Milk or honey for my tea? The answer is no. Neither of those. My tea goes like this. Sugar. The actual tea and sugar. And sugar is only in black teas. If I'm having any kind of like mint tea or herbal tea, no sugar at all, right? So I steep my tea less time than most people do, and I probably put more sugar than most people do. I put too much sugar in my tea, but it's nothing compared to the amount of sugar they put in a can of pop. But yeah, the Earl Grey cream teas are like the best, man. They're the best by a long shot. I don't give a fuck if honey is healthier and better than sugar. It doesn't taste the same, so who fucking cares? Guess what? Goddamn celery is better for you than a chocolate bar, but if I want to taste a fucking chocolate bar, I'm not going to cram celery up my ass now, am I? So what? So something that tastes completely different is better for you. So what? The fuck good does that do me? Cherry Pepsi. Ew, Juglum. Gross. Gross. I only use honey for like 2 things, really. Peanut butter and honey sandwiches and as a dipping sauce for chicken fingers or chicken nuggets. And that's all I use honey for. Carly probably mixes it into some recipes here or there, but that's not me. It's just me eating her cooking, right? So when it comes to me, I only use honey for 2 things. Dark Star, don't even start talking about hot Dr. Pepper. That is awful. That's awful. Like, why would you even? I don't even want to drink my pop when it starts to get like only a little cold. It's only slightly cold, getting towards lukewarm, and I'm already like, take it away and burn it. I don't want it. A light drizzle of honey across pizza is awesome. Why are you putting honey on pizza? Pizza's already got sauce. Stop it. Stop it. There's a fucking limit, man. There's a fucking limit. Oh, I finally got my watch working properly with my phone again, so it's showing the right time because it wasn't showing the right time, and it would never send me notifications of when I got emails or when people were doing PayPal, like when people would super chat me PayPal style, none of it would work. So hopefully now going forwards again, people won't end up like going, yo, I sent that, and he didn't notice my comment saying that I sent that. And now it's been like 15 minutes. Come on, notice it. Like, spearmint gum on your pizza? You're just a liar, Griff. You're just straight up lying for stream clout. But I got news for you. That just makes you a trout. All right? Just flopping around, struggling to breathe. You can't fool me. You can't fool me. Everyday hot sauce on salad. What? What? Giving me back problems with your nonsense. Juggle, it wasn't blinking 12, bro. It was like 7 hours ahead. I'd like look at my watch and it'd be like 3 in the afternoon, and the watch would be like, it's 9:40. It's like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I got, hold on. I don't know how well you guys can see. If I want to show that, I'm obviously just going to need to take it off for the best angle. It's got like a retro feel to it. Here we go. Whoop. See? I like the way that looks, man. This is an older watch. It came out in like 2019, but I like it. What up, Habanero? How you doing, bro? Aura of Silence is a great card. That's right, Sam. That's right, buddy. Man, it's crazy. It's nutty to me that like this weekend is our 2-year anniversary of being married. Time flies. Time flies. What? It's Habanero's birthday? Is it your birthday, Habanero? Is it your birthday? If it is, you should have 172 cheese, macaroni, and cheese to celebrate. Get yourself 172 different cheeses, man. Jess, you've been watching the live streams for a year now? Isn't that nutty how time just rockets on by? Especially since we've been having a good time. Oh, the birthday wishes for Habanero. Happy birthday, Habablero! Have fun, you cheesy bastard. Oh, man. I woke up early. It's catching up with me for real. Yeah, Carly's excited because she wants to go. She wants to go to a restaurant called Kelsey's tomorrow. We haven't been to a Kelsey's in a couple of years, so I forgot that we hadn't even been to one a couple of years ago. She's thinking about all the different things she's gonna order, and she's like, "You're probably just gonna get like a chicken parm," and I'm like, "I like chicken parm. That works for me." So that's already what I'm going in, assuming I'm gonna have. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice time. Let's have an enjoyable meal and hang out with my lady. I think we're gonna have steaks tomorrow too. Ugh. I think we're having steaks tomorrow too because Carly found a really good deal on some T-bones. Don't normally have T-bones. Normally I have like a New York strip, but when you can get them for that good a deal, why not, right? Steak is awesome. Big fan of steaks. Habanero taking a week off because of your birthday? Your present to yourself is a week to hang out and do what you want? That's awesome, bro. Enjoy it. That's fucking sweet, man. A week is a long time to just muck about and have fun. Octopus T-bones are the best. Agreed. See you later, Dark Star. Have a good one, buddy. That makes me wonder. Oh, okay. I wondered how many Lord of the Board wins you had. You got 3. This one will end up making it 4. Not that far away from the Roll of Glory. Bo Falcon, you're going to be traveling back home tomorrow, so congrats on your anniversary. You'll miss my stream if I decide to stream. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I'll be streaming tomorrow night. Unless Carly specifically requests that I don't. But she normally says that kind of stuff in advance, so I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. If she's under the assumption that I won't be doing any of that, then that's fine. It's fine. Obviously, you know. I'll be like, no, if you want me to spend the entire day with you, that is not an issue. So we'll see how it goes. I assume that I will be, but she'll probably have had enough of me by then. She'll be questioning why she married me in the first place. But yeah, safe travels, Bo. Don't let your ears blow up or a gremlin tear open the wing or something. All right? TC's Magic Box says, show us a picture of the steak tomorrow. Oh, all right. All right. Maybe I can post it on, Instagram? That's probably a good place to do it. Thanks for the super chat, buddy. I know Carly has been posting pictures of our food on the Facebook, right? So, not on my Facebook, but on her Facebook. Oh, the desk is wet. I was like, why is the top of this marker all like squirky? Oh, habanero, you got a special poster. Very nice. It's textured for when you rub your tongue on it. Textured for the tongue. The tongue touching. It's probably a poster of like a bunch of macaroni and cheese. It's like 800 cheeses. And he's like, you can touch each individual cheese and feel it in your soul. But yeah, Carly shares some fun food pictures. Maybe she's been doing it on her Twitter. I don't know. Maybe both. I don't 100% know. I just know a lot of the times when she's done making a meal, she takes a picture of it and shares it. She's been doing it, the meatball subs and the burger and corn that we had tonight. She's a great cook, man. I'm super lucky. I am super lucky. So I'm looking forward to those steaks tomorrow, man. And taking her out for dinner so she doesn't have to cook too is also nice. Habanero says, I'm way into Carly's food Twitter feed. There you go. It's on her Twitter. That's where she's sharing the food. Gives you neat cooking ideas. She's doing a lot of good cooking, man. She's got a little recipe book where she makes all the different notes based on her and my preferences. a lot of the notes are just, Mike didn't like this or Mike didn't like that because I'm a picky eater. So she tries to zero in on the right amount of spices and all that stuff. All right, well, my friends, it's time for me to get going. Oh, Drewby's membership message just happy Friday, perp. Stay awesome, brother. You stay awesome too. Thanks for being a member for 65 months. That's insane. Like 60 months is like 5 years, bro. That's almost 5.5 years of you being a member. Double thumbs up. Double thumbs up for that. That's crazy. So, have a good one. Thanks for coming and hanging out, my friends. And I may or may not be here tomorrow. We'll see how things go. All right? So, play safe because I can put my arm back on. You can't.